Friend, welcome back to the brunch time with Maiyegun live. And good morning to you, good afternoon to you, and a good evening to you as well from wherever you are joining us. So, thanks for joining us. Read the caption of the broadcast, the description of the broadcast, and then we delve straight into it afterward. Thank you. So, today is the 1st of October. It is also the 65th anniversary of Nigeria's independence. So, which has gotten a lot of people talking. Is there anything at all worth celebrating? Why some believe that, yeah, still worthy of celebration that Nigeria is still existing, and others were like, no, come on. The same countries who started like Nigeria, in fact, many of them who have left Nigeria behind, and because of that, the criminal politicians have failed. So this morning, Koolu in the usual way, right? They have this, their cut and join edited, recorded, edited broadcast to the country where he reeled out the successes, but not without reminding them that he inherited a country that is near collapsed. That's Nigeria. But he inherited from who? From Bukhari, of course. So I have done us a bit of a favor because we need to hear what Ifnumbu told Nigerians. Initially, they've already cancelled any form of celebration that there's nothing to celebrate. So let everybody just, but at the same time, they are reeling out lies. Lies that ordinarily you would know that they don't believe in those lies. And if they believe in those lies, then there is a problem. So Koolu spoke about the improved healthcare in Nigeria, where people barely go abroad for treatment anymore because Nigeria hospitals can take care of them. And he just came back from France for the same medical trip, by the way. So they have given over 330 something billion naira to 8 million Nigerians. That one is like, somebody said, that one is like you order for something from a vendor. And then the vendor, while you are waiting for what you ordered, right? The vendor is now sending message that, are you enjoying what I posted to you? And you're like, no, I've not seen it. And I was like, what do you mean you've not seen it? Something that you have been using already. That is exactly what Tifnubu and his gang are forcing on you, believing their own lies so much that, honestly speaking, people who probably sat there to listen will just be like, and so Tifnubu believes that you are already enjoying the renewed hope. Is renewed hope. But to make it easier on us, okay? So it's a very long clip. So what I did was that I just kind of increased the speed so I could say whatever it's got to say by interval, by the way. All right. So the first part the first part of Koolu's Independence Day speech, talking about their forefather, their fourth this and that. Anyway, let's start with this.
Fellow Nigerians, today marks the 65th anniversary of our great nation's independence. As we reflect on the significance of this day and our journey of nationhood since October 1960, when our founding fathers accepted the instrument of self-government from colonial rule, let us remember that their sacrifice, devotion, and grand dream of a strong, prosperous, and united Nigeria that will lead Africa and be the beacon of light to the rest of the world. Our founding heroes and heroines, Herbert Macaulay, Dr. Nnamdi Azikiwe, Sir Abubakar Tafawa Balewa, Chief Obafemi Awolowo, Sir Ahmadu Bello, Margaret Ekpo, Anthony Enahoro, Ladoke Akintola, Michael Okpara, Aminu Kano, Funmilayo Ransom Kuti, and other nationalists believe it was Nigeria's manifest destiny to lead the entire black race as the largest black nation on earth. For decades, the promise of our independence has been tested by profound social, economic, and political challenges, and we have survived. While we may not have achieved all the lofty dreams of our forebearers, we have not strayed too far from them. In 65 years since our independence, we have made tremendous progress in economic growth, social cohesion, and physical development. Our economy has experienced significant growth since 1960. Although it is much easier for those whose vocation is to focus solely on what ought to be, we must recognize and celebrate our significant progress. Nigerians today have access to better education and healthcare than in 1960. At independence, Nigeria had 120 secondary schools with a student population of about 130,000. Available data indicate that as of year 2024, there were more than 23,000 secondary schools in our country. At independence, we had only the University of Ibadan and Yaba College of Technology as the two tertiary institutions in Nigeria. By the end of last year, there were 274 universities, 183 polytechnics, and 236 colleges of education in Nigeria, comprising federal, state, and private institutions. We have experienced a significant surge in growth across every sector of our national life since independence. In healthcare, infrastructure, financial services, manufacturing, telecommunications, information, technology, aviation and defense, among others. Our country has experienced both the good and the bad times in its 65 years of nationhood. As it's normal for every nation and its people. We fought a bitter and unavoidable civil war, experienced military dictatorships, and lived through major political crises. In all this, we weathered every storm and overcame every challenge with courage, grit, and uncommon determination. While our system and ties that bind us are sometimes stretched by insidious forces opposed to our values and ways of life, we continue to strive to build a more perfect union where every Nigerian can find better accommodation and find purpose and fulfillment. Fellow compatriots, this is the third time I will address you on our independence anniversary since I assumed office as your president on May 29, 2023. In the last 28 months of my administration, like our founding fathers and leaders who came before me, I have committed myself irrevocably to the unfinished nation-building business. Upon assuming office, our administration inherited a near-collapse economy caused by decades of fiscal policy distortions and misalignment that had impaired real growth. As a new administration, we face a simple choice: continue business as usual and watch our nation drift, or embark on a courageous fundamental reform path. We chose the path of reform. We chose the path of tomorrow over the comfort of today. Less than 3 years later, the seeds of those difficult but necessary decisions are bearing fruits. In resetting our country for sustainable growth, we ended the corrupt fuel subsidy and multiple foreign exchange rates that created massive incentive for a rentier economy, benefiting only a tiny minority. At the same time, the masses received little or nothing from our commonwealth. Our administration has redirected the economy towards a more inclusive path, channeling money to fund education, healthcare, national security, agriculture, and political economic infrastructure, such as roads, power, broadband, and social investment programs. These initiatives will generally improve Nigerians' quality of life. As a result of the tough decisions we made the federal and state government, including local government, now have more money to take care of the people at the lower level of the ladder to address our development challenges. Fellow Nigerians, we are racing against time. We must build the road we need, repair the ones that have become descriptive, and construct the schools.
Let's take them one by one, the ones we can pick from. Just as a refresher, Tinubu was talking about having just 2 schools in 1960. And then they are having more now, having a certain number of student admission in 1960, and then now. So what is it? I mean, what was he trying to say? That your population that is growing, because at the same period, in that same 65 years, they have looted more than $500 billion from Nigeria, this crop of criminals, successively. So that 65 years, your population grew so astronomically to what it is now. At least we don't have any backup data for that, but I mean, yeah. So is it not expected that when your population grows, the infrastructures to cater for them should grow as well? So today, you have schools, you have universities, you have colleges, this and that, right? So what is the quality of the schools? What is the quality of the education they are giving them? What is the accessibility to what it was in 1960 and what it is right now? Before they clap for themselves, talking about the quality of the country, you know? So Tinubu should ordinarily know that. However, he went on to talk about inheriting a near collapsed country. So to Tinubu, if not for him, Nigeria would have collapsed by now. Whatever he meant by that, I can deduce a bit. He's talking about maybe money. Because to him, you make more money now from your devalued naira, where the former 1 billion naira, 100 billion naira is equivalent to 1 trillion naira today. So when you have 1 trillion, now you are made to believe that you have so much money. But what is the value of it? No thanks to Tinubu. Then he's talking about the local government's autonomy. Do you know that's another lie? There's one lie that maybe we should remind you. Tinubu and his gang that promised new minimum wage. Do you know that they have not started paying it in a uniform way? And so everybody is collecting it in the federal. At the state level, the implementation for this their minimum wage of 70,000, 77,000, 85,000, they were all announcing then. Imo State, 107,000. All those announcements, only just about maybe 10% of them are actually really implementing the new minimum wage in Nigeria right now. But they continue to repeat it. How we increased your minimum wage. They are paying minimum wage now. They can buy a bag of rice, the blah, the blah. The other one is the local government autonomy. I mean, Tinubu believes that right now, or should I don't know, maybe he believes that, right? But Tinubu is, and those around him continue to repeat that lie that local governments are now getting more money because Tinubu's local government autonomy, they are giving the local governments the money now. That is not true. In February 2024, Tinubu's Minister for Injustice, went to court. In what I had no idea how they probably conjured the whole nonsense at the time, right? To deceive and hoodwink the people. Supreme Court just delivered a judgment and said that, local government allocation, local government autonomy means local government should be receiving the allocation from now on. So every local government should go and provide their own official bank accounts to be for their money to be paid to them, right? Up to this moment, Hengbai has not been paid to any official local government account directly from Abuja. None. Every state governor still pocketing the local government money. More than a year after Tifnumbu and his gang made that an headline. But everywhere he's been to, like student loan, everywhere they've been to, right? It's always like, oh yeah, local government gets more money now. So when you try to question the failure of his policies, right, they will tell you that you go and meet your local government. All of these are deliberate, but they are not real. They are not true. Do you understand? So if you now say, but this is not true now, he's giving himself a glory for something that is not true. But when you now put it to them and say, but it's not true now, they will say, but go and meet the governor now. That's not Tifnumbu's destiny now. Should be not the governor. Go and meet the governor to release the money. Me should go and meet governor to release local government money. Like, are you being serious? Somebody is already saying that, no, you didn't need any governor because local government autonomy means direct from Abuja, you take your money. There's no local government collecting their money directly from Abuja right now. Nowhere in Nigeria, not a single place, except Osun. Remember this Wahala in Osun State. Yeah, the local government, the now Minister of Marine and Ocean something, or this Marine Spirit and Ocean Surge, former governor of Osun, Oletola. So Oletola, when Oletola was leaving, after he was defeated, he conducted local government election. And APC people were declared winners of all the local government elections before Ajogbafida took over. So when Ajogbafida took over as Osun governor, like he just automatically went to court and said, well, they should dissolve them because the conduct of their election, the person who conducted the election had no blah blah the blah. You get sha. So they've been at it. Finally, the court ruled that those guys that were sent away, because he sent them away, the APC guys that were sent away before he assumed office, they are the authentic local government chairmen, so they should be allowed to resume. You get that? So in the process, when the resistance, the whole argument about no, they can't come back, this and that. Tifnumbu withheld their money, local government money for Osun State. Right? Last weekend, Friday, the news broke that Tifnumbu's Minister of Finance, right? They called all these APC local government chairmen that have been kicked out of office by the PDP government there, right? And they've not really been allowed to go back to the local government. Tifnumbu's Minister of Finance, Wale Idun, and others, they called these guys to send their private accounts, and they released local government money into the individual account provided by these guys. I don't know if you have seen that, but that's not part of what we want to talk about. This their independence, on Independence Day or something, right? So Koolu and his gang pushed lies so hard that it seems that they themselves are believing the lies, and that is dangerous. I can be lying to you, and I'll just, probably feel better when I believe that you are believing the lie, because I don't believe in my lie if I'm lying to you. But imagine if I am believing my own lie, like get what people call the delusion, delulu. I'm beginning to say, yes, do you know that as I am, but I am not. And everybody is like, okay, maybe it's just catching cruise. And then you feel like, no, it's not catching cruise, it's serious. So, Maiyegun, are you actually serious? All these things you are saying, you say, yes, do you know that? They say, well, it's in the mental. That's the problem. It is a dangerous thing when people lie to themselves and they believe the lies. It simply means that they are living in an alternative world different from yours. No matter what you are saying, it's like just talking to the wall. You don't expect any response, in my own opinion. The other part of Koolu's lies, I speed up the video for a reason, but it sounded like it's kind of like, all right, it's not the usual, I know, it's awkward. Koolu.
Our administration is setting things right now. I'm pleased to report that we have finally turned the corner. The worst is over, I say. Yesterday's pains are giving way to relieve. I salute your endurance, support, and understanding. I will continue to work for you